Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkins Show. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkins Show. I am that dude, Bodkins, of course. And we got a special Sunday show for you folks. I am not going to keep our guest waiting any longer. He is delighted to take time out of his day, rushed home from eating dinner to join us. So I don't want to keep him waiting. Tonight's guest, none other than National League MVP, none other than two-time All-Star, none other than maybe one of the top 5 to 10 best catches you've ever seen in the 100 years of played baseball. Welcome to the show, the one and only Mr. Kevin Mitchell.
All right, my man. That was a good introduction, man. I tell you, boy, that was something else right there.
Hey, only the best for the MVP. Thank you for joining me. I don't know where to start at. I don't know if I want to ask you about the catch that you made. Obviously, you know the catch I'm talking about, the one-handed bear grab. Let's just start there. How the heck did you do that? Only maybe 2 or 3 people in the history of baseball can pull that play off.
Well, first of all, you said top 5.
I was giving some love to maybe Willie Mays over the shoulder catch.
Oh, well, I can't. I can't consider that one. Now he was one of the best, man. And I just called him yesterday and wished him happy birthday too. So it's always a pleasure, man. He's
shout out to the legendary Willie Mays. I think Bo Jackson. The wall climb is kind of So I was giving you, argumentably top 5, So.
Well, you throw, and I like that. I'm thankful to be in that category with those 2 dudes you already said already. So it's a pleasure.
Yeah. So let's start there, and then we'll kind of work our way all the way back to what got you playing. But I want to talk about that catch because if you YouTube or Google your name, that's the very first thing that pops up.
Oh man! Every time I do an interview, it's always first thing they want to ask me is about the catch. But I get people to ask me on the streets about the catch. But I used to tell them I used to hit too. What happened to that?
Exactly. Hey, you're MVP for a reason.
No question. So, but it's still an honor that people even acknowledge that about the catch, about anything that I did about the game, because I felt in my mind, I felt I didn't really do nothing. I just played the game of baseball. I enjoyed it. I wish I could have stayed longer, but it don't get easier when you get older.
Amen to that. Father Time's still undefeated.
That's right. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that.
Amen to that. So when the ball is off the bat, like, are you just, hey, I'm going to chase this down, or how'd that happen?
Well, we was bunching Ozzy, and we wasn't even supposed to be throwing him nothing off speed, really. And I think Kelly Downs threw him a split finger, and he ended up slicing it down the line. If anybody played the outfield, left-handers' balls, they come back. They start foul, but they come back into fair. It's just a rotational way to hit it. And I just ran to the corner and had my head down, and I looked up. By the time I looked up, the ball was already on me. And, as a little kid, you played all these games in the boys' clubs, when you was a little kid, you played wiffle ball. I just stuck my hand up, and I went in there just as smooth as duck butter.
Sting a little bit, or are you just like, hey, I couldn't get the.
No. And I didn't even feel it,
Yeah.
And when I got back to the dugout, Terry Kennedy told me, why you just didn't turn around and just flex a little bit? I said, man, I may not be graceful out there, but I just try to get the job done.
Yeah, that's all that matters, right?
That's it. It was an out. I let off that inning too, and I ended up hitting a home run off Tudor.
Hey, you know what they say, when you make a great play in the field, when next time you come up bat, it's going yard.
No question. You have to. You have to do something.
I got to ask you, baseball always your first love? Like, how did you get involved into baseball?
Well, it wasn't my first love. Football was, and as a teenager, I ran the streets a lot. Just getting into a lot of trouble. I think baseball was my way out. So I ended up signing a baseball contract, leaving San Diego.
When did you start playing?
As far as baseball?
Yeah.
I played baseball as a little kid since tiny T-ball, cap. I played all through Little League, but I wasn't really interested in no baseball because I felt baseball was boring. I love football, and I really thought I was going to go somewhere playing football.
What happened there with football? I know you said he ran the streets. What kind of happened there?
Got in some trouble and had to get out of San Diego.
I got you. So
that was my way out. Yeah.
Who offered you that baseball contract to get you out of town?
New York Mets. That was my first team I was with. Dean Youngworth, he signed me, and he saw me playing at San Diego State, and just a little pickup game against San Diego State. The players out of San Diego used to play against San Diego State on Thursdays. Just come up there and play and get in the lineup. Reggie Waller had the team. Guy named Bill Miller had the team, and they asked me to come up and play on Thursday. I went up there one day and was facing. I thought it was a pitcher for San Diego State. I ended up hitting 2 home runs off of me, and then find out it was Buddy Black. And they was told me he was an ace pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, and I said, "Man, is that all he got?"
So you were in high school?
Yes, I was.
So you were in high school going up to San Diego State in kind of like a pickup game,
yes.
Backyard baseball, and you're smashing home runs against pro guys at 18 years old.
18 years old, yeah. Didn't even know who he was. He was just on the mound getting some work in, and ended up hitting 2 home runs off of him at San Diego State.
So high school, are you playing both sports, baseball and football?
I'm playing football, baseball. I'm playing basketball, and I'm playing water polo.
So you're doing it all.
Else I was.
Athlete.
Yeah, you got to remember, back then I was only 175 pounds, maybe 170.
At what position you play in football?
I was a running back.
So at that time before the Mets offered you, were you getting any type of like scholarships from like colleges to either play football, water polo, baseball?
No, none of that. Just football. I wasn't gonna do no water polo. Yeah, I couldn't. As I got older, I couldn't float in the water like I can't even float now. They say you can dance in the water and not get wet now. So.
Oh, gotcha. I got you.
But it was mainly football for me.
So were you getting any scholarship, looking at like colleges or scholarships?
Yes, I was. I was getting a few scholarships. But what happened was I was running the streets and I needed to get out. And that's why I ended up signing in a January draft. Not the regular draft. I ended up signing a January draft.
So I said, hey, get me out of here. The Mets offer you. Did you have to? So before they offered you that contract and they saw you at the pickup game, what led them to? Did you have to do like any type of workouts or anything?
No, they actually saw me, and they was out there scouting anyway. They wasn't even scouting us; they were scouting San Diego State, and they pulled me to the side. And after the game was over, and pulled me down in where we walk in at, and they said, "Would you like to play baseball?" And I actually told Dean Youngworth, I said, "Nah, because baseball's boring to me." So they eventually end up talking to me. Then one day like I said, I was running the streets, getting in trouble. And then one day I said, once they called me again, and I said, yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
So was it the trouble, or what was there something that finally clicked for baseball where it wasn't boring? Because you, like you said, you wanted to play it until, Father Time told you couldn't.
Yes. I mean, as you get older, you get more wiser, with things. And I think I started loving the game. And then I started saying, because I was always a fighter in the streets, so I got the rookie ball and I was like, man, these guys going to pay me to hit this little white ball. And my father even told me, said, you know what, instead of doing all that fighting, go take it out on that little white ball. And
you took it out several times.
Yes, I tried to. I wish I could have played longer, but like I said, Father Time was catching up to me, and the game was good to me, and every player that stepped between that white lines is a gamer. I have no regrets, or nothing. I just wish I would have stuck it longer. Kind of mad at my mom because she had me a little too early. The way they paying all these guys all this money.
Hey, right. Hey, 10 years later, looking at real good money.
Yes, sure. I wish I was born a little later, but it's all good though. I had a lot of fun, and I got a lot of friends in the game, and still kind of talk to them once here and there. But just thankful.
So you're just kind of natural at it though, right? Because like it's not your love, like you think it's boring, so you just natural at it.
I wasn't. It wasn't my love. The game when I first started, it wasn't at all. I could play baseball. I played little league. The guys used to bet on me in little league, and senior league, pony league, hitting home runs. And it just clicked. I mean, it was something that when the man upstairs point your way to go, that's the way you got to go.
It gave you the ability to cry. I mean, I tell people all the time. To me, there's the two hardest things in all the sports is probably golf and hitting a baseball, because baseball is the only sport in the world, right, where you can hit 3 out of 10, do something 3 out of 10 times, and they tell you that's really freaking good. You shoot a basketball 3 out of 10 times, they're gonna tell you suck. So.
I play golf now, and I love the game. I love the game. Matter of fact, I got a big tournament tomorrow. It's a fundraiser for the homeless, and I've been involved with it for the last 7 years, and we raise money for the homeless, trying to get them to grow their own vegetables, facilities for them, and stuff like that here where I live at.
Hey, that's good deeds right there. Hopefully you kick a little butt tomorrow and raise a lot of money.
It's just fun, though. Like I said, I'm still getting over an injury that I had for the last few years. I had a spinal cord injury that put me into paralysis for about 5 years. So, God, like I said, I'm thankful. I'm up walking, riding my motorcycles, and playing golf, enjoying life.
There you go. Hey, good. So at what point when you were with the Mets, were like you said, like you went to rookie ball and you were crushing it. At what point were you like, hey, if I really dedicate myself, because I'm already naturally kicking ass at everybody. Like, at what point did the light kind of switch on? Like, oh, I'm gonna do something big here.
Well, I had a lot of guidance. I got to thank Bob Schaefer. He was my coach. He was like a mentor for me when I was in the minor leagues. He was my coach all through the minor leagues. He's helped me out so much. And then to this day, we still talk, trying to get me to come to Florida to play some golf. So, but he just kept me on that right path when I was there.
And what was some of that guidance that that kind of like helped you then?
Not fighting. He kind of kept me calm at all times, not putting my hands on nobody. So, but I did, like I said, I thank him every day that I talk to him too. So, but that was the kind of guidance he stayed on my butt a lot. So.
And so you had the few years with the Mets. What happened with the Mets? Because it was the Padres after that, and then obviously you had the great success with the Giants.
Well, I wish I could have stayed with the Mets, but you got to understand the game. I was just telling somebody the other day, I think players that do well, that play well, and have a good year, seem like they go to another team the next year. And I think that a lot of people now don't want to pay people, but a lot of guys are getting paid, for these long years now, big years, But I had to understand the game and the politics about the game, and you never stuck in one. You're very fortunate to be with a team for so many years. There's some guys like Tony Gwynn that's been with the Padres forever. It's just, I mean, look at Griffey. He wasn't even with the same team for years.
Yeah.
He didn't make it. He didn't stay there in Seattle. He went to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Very few guys actually stay their whole career anymore with one team. I mean, that Mets team in '84, when you were coming up, like that team had some dudes. Darryl Strawberry, I believe, was still on that team. Doc Gooden. Like, what was it like getting into that clubhouse, a team that was very, in the media for good things and some bad things?
Of course, I mean, I think if you, I've never, I don't downgrade the players at all. I don't care who I play with. If I had some beef with them on the field, it's hard enough to play in between those white lines, no matter who you are. So I think any player that plays between the white lines and go play this game of baseball, I tip my hat to them. Anybody that step on that field, you know. But as a matter of fact, I just talked to Straw yesterday. He called me and wanted me to come to New York for a golf tournament. So I just said, long as I can play with Lenny Dykstra, nails.
Is Lenny good at golf?
I don't even know, but I'm gonna love to play with him. He's supposed to be there though.
Yeah, Lenny was on that team as well. I mean, they got that Mets team. What kind of advice were they given as you were coming up your rookie years there?
Nothing. The advice that I got from players was Gary Carter and Keith Hernandez. Great mentors, great leaders. May Carter rest in peace now, but he was a great leader and he was a great guy you want to follow on the field. And Keith Hernandez was another one.
You went to the Padres and then the Giants. That's where you had your most success, won the World Series. Talk to me a little bit about why the Giants in that World Series run.
Well, I had no choice. I was with the Padres for 2.5 months. Me and Larry Bowa didn't get along.
I hear a lot of people don't get along with Larry Bowa. So
the only way, that everything was going to be solved, they had to get rid of me because, I like putting my hands on the person that,
You and Larry, you and Larry put your hands on each other.
No, we didn't, but him and Stanley Jefferson did.
Tell me about that story.
They got into it, and it was just bad, man. It was just all bad. Stanley Jefferson is such a cool, calm, and collect guy, and always smiling on his face. Never was mad. But Larry Bowa rushed him, and he didn't know Stanley Jefferson was All-American wrestler. That was the wrong move.
He took him down.
Did he take him down? He had him in some kind of headlock. I don't think it was like a crocodile bite.
Was that in the clubhouse in front of the whole team?
In the clubhouse in front of the whole team, man. Right after we lost the game against the Pirates.
What? Why did Larry rush him though?
Because he was smiling.
Y'all ain't no smiling in San Diego.
And me and Gary Templeton saw it too. We was all sitting on the bench. We was winning the game, and we brought Lefferts in. And he gave it up, and Larry Bowa came in and he just said, "You think it's effing funny?" and just rushed him in his locker. Shouldn't have never did that. When we all grown men, man, respect us as men. We're gonna respect you as a manager.
Exactly. So, I mean, were you just you ever have any beef like with Larry like that or yourself?
Yeah, I've had some words with him, of course. I'm from San Diego, and he really thought I had somebody spray paint his car and stuff and all this.
Oh, so, hey, nobody liked Larry in San Diego, huh?
Well, I never played for the man, and it was my first year, man. But, he didn't treat us like men. We all got kids, too. He didn't treat us like men, And, it was just a foul situation for all the players there. He used to make Joey Cora and them and Joey Cora cry every day.
Just by what? Just like talking mad shit?
Talking mad, crazy, bumping his gums.
Oh, man.
Of course.
How did then Larry, because to me, Larry Bowa had, he ended up getting so many jobs still after that. If he was so contentious, how does that happen?
Man, I couldn't tell you, man, why he got so many jobs, man. I really couldn't. He was still working after all that at the manager's job there, man. All I remember Larry Bowa was somebody running him over, Pete Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
it.
so like after San Diego, did you have several different contracts before you went to the Giants, or you were like, hey, I want to stay close to home?
I was traded 2.5 months later.
Oh, okay.
I hit 2 home runs off Dennis Martinez in Montreal, and the rumor was already going around that Craig Lefferts and Dave Trevecchi was getting traded. So they called me in right after the game after I hit 2 home runs off Dennis Martinez, and I had knew already. I walked in the clubhouse. I said, I don't even need to fucking talk to you. Just tell me where I'm fucking going.
And they said the Giants.
Yes.
How'd that feel when you got traded to the Giants?
Well, I was relieved that I left this guy because it would have got real bad if I didn't leave. So
you guys go to the Giants, and then was it 87, 89? You guys won the World Series?
89, we won the World Series. I was over there in 80. I got traded in 88. 87 to the Giants.
So going into the 89 series, did you just guys look around and be like, hey, we can do this? At what point in time were you guys like, hey, we got something special here?
We did have something special the whole year, man. It was just, we was clicking, we was hum babies, The city was, we lightened up that whole city, San Francisco, man. And then the Oakland A's was still playing well too. So
yeah,
them Bash brothers. So, it wasn't where we lost the World Series to them, but we wasn't intimidated by them because they were so big and they was bashing the balls out of the stadium. We felt that we could have matched them up. It was just, we had the earthquake and it set off a lot of people that didn't have the mold was gone.
Then that was your best year. You won. That was the year you won the MVP in '89 as well. Like during that season, were you like, hey man, like how'd that feel? Like what was that different season so different to get that MVP than compared to every other year?
Well, I'll tell you what, that man Will Clark, if he wasn't hitting in front of me, I probably wouldn't have never put the numbers up that I had because I fed off of him. And he's a great player, and he deserves all the credit that he's ever getting in life, and he's a good dude, man. I mean, we still talk now, man. So, but, that's how much relationship we got. And everybody thought me and Will was clashing against each other, but it wasn't never happening.
Why did people think y'all was clashing?
Because we was two dominant persons, man, and everybody, they
two
look
alpha
at you,
dogs, right? Two alpha.
Looking at the demeanor. We just fed off each other, man. We fed, and he's a motivator. I think any player that want to play, that you probably wouldn't want to deal with him off the field, but on the field, he's going to be on the front line.
During that season, were you like, hey man, I'm gonna lock this? In your head, were you thinking MVP, or are you just thinking like, hey man, I'm going out here and just crushing it every day?
No, that was far from my mind, man. I don't really think about no winning nothing. I just want to win the ball game. That's how you get the status, winning them big ones. World Series. There's guys that's played in this game for 20-some years and they ain't got a ring. But
so that ring is that to you the most important thing? The 89 World Series.
That's anything you play in this game, that's everybody's life. You know what I'm saying? To win the big one. That's when you get the status,
Yeah. It helps that you were also like you got the MVP and the World Series all in the same year.
Yeah, but I really thought Will was gonna me and him was going for it for ourselves. We was 1 and 2. I was giving him pub, he was giving me pub. I was kind of hoping they split it.
Co-MVPs on the same team. That's never happened before. Yeah.
Dang. That's my club brothers. They keep texting right now, man.
I tell you on an exclusive interview on the Bodkins Show right now. You know?
That's why I gotta tell them that, man. They texting, man. They get to texting like crazy, man. That's why I want to get off this group text. Hey. I'm retired from the motorcycle thing. So.
I got you. I just got a few more questions. I appreciate you taking the time out. I know you went to Japan in the lockout. Talk to me a little bit about that in '95. Just why go to Japan and how was the experience?
Well, I wasn't done playing baseball. I mean, I went to Japan when the strike hit, and I wasn't done playing baseball. I was having such a good year that year with Cincinnati when they had the strike, '94. I wasn't done playing baseball. I wanted to go play somewhere. And Japan offered me a deal, and I went over there.
Was that deal just say, hey, until the lockout's over, or was it for like a full season, like you dedicated your time?
I wanted to play a full season there. I did. I wanted to play there and then come back and matter of fact, that was my free agent year, that '94. And I came back and I ended up signing with I think it was Cleveland. So, and that didn't work out either.
Why's that?
I don't know. I think Hargrove had something against me. Gotcha. You know, and then I got into the fight with Chad Curtis, and that wasn't good.
What happened there?
Basically, you know, Hargrove kept telling me he was going to play me. He was going to play me against Jimmy Keys after he got back from Toronto that one day. And I get to the clubhouse. I'm hitting early. I'm there early, hitting early. I'm thinking I'm playing. I got to take my out under. I've been hitting so much. I got blisters on my hands. You know, thinking I'm going to play to start today and find out I'm not in the lineup. So Chad Curtis and Kevin Sicer, they listen to church music all the time. I don't bother the music. That's Manny Ramirez that comes in and play Biggie Smalls every day. So I don't bother the music at all. That's not mine to be bothered. I listen to whatever's in there. Chad Curtis said, how come you guys like listening to that stuff? I said, what do you mean by that? I said, man, I'm trying to concentrate on the game. Don't bother me. So I went to the training room, came back out, and I'm not playing. I'm already pissed off. He got in front of me, in front of the ping pong table. He already got into it with David Justice. And he said, I'm not scared of you. So, well, since you're not scared of me, you got to get knocked out. Pow, I knocked him out.
Oh, shit.
He broke his thumb on the pool table, on the ping pong table. They got rid of me.
Because you knocked his ass out.
Because David Justice had already went in there and told Hargrove, we got a bad seat in this clubhouse, and it's Chad Curtis. Same thing. I went in the office, saw him and Chad Curtis sitting in there. I don't need to fucking talk to y'all. I'm out of here. I left. I walked away.
Just dipped out like that? They didn't trade you or nothing?
No. I was supposed to get traded to Toronto, but they wouldn't let me go.
So where'd you go after Cleveland? What happened after that situation?
I went to Oakland.
As a free agent, or like did they cut? What did the Indians at the Guardians now, but the Indians then cut you at that point in time?
Yeah, they let me go. Hart didn't want me to go, but I ended up leaving. I said I can't play under this guy. I don't know if he think I'm Albert Bell or whatever. I don't know, but you know, he has something against me, and I'm not gonna sit up here and play nobody's fiddle. And I'm an MVP. I should be playing. Even Hershiser told him he's not a part-time player. He's an everyday player. Either, you know, get rid of him, trade him, or let him go. I walked away.
Did the rest of the team feel that way too?
No, they didn't. They loved me, man.
That's what I mean. Like they thought you should be playing. They was backing you as well.
Hargrove. I mean, Hershiser even backed me up. Yeah.
That's Oral Hershiser. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, Oral was on the team. Yeah.
Man, I didn't know that. All the Indians at that time. And then it was to the A's, and then after that, so career over, huh?
I'm done. It was my first time ever when the season started with the Oakland A's. It was my first time ever not going out with the opening lineup. and something just left out of me. I was ready to go home. But what kept me there was Ricky Henderson. That long. Having fun with Ricky Henderson was the best time I ever had baseball.
Is Ricky one of the most I don't feel like Ricky gets his flowers. And it could be because there was some, off the field stuff. But to me, Ricky does not get his flowers. Like, I don't think he is appreciated enough from historians of baseball like he should be. Maybe that's just a me thing. But what's your thoughts?
Ricky is the man, bro. This guy he's unbelievable, man. I mean, he's the most caring guy you ever want in your clubhouse. He's a clubhouse guy, and he's a player. I had so much fun with Ricky. I thought I forgot I was even playing baseball. That's how Ricky is. Whatever, I think Ricky deserved more what he's getting now. Because I played with Ricky, and it was my first time ever playing with Ricky. I played against him, but I think Ricky is the type of person, he don't take no shit now. Don't get it twisted. He don't take no mess.
Well, you don't become the all-time, one of the all-time leading all-time bases, in steals and take shit from people,
He used to get so mad at me, man, during the season. He was like, Big Mitch, who's pitching today? I said, man, we in Texas one day. Me and him had been out all night. And he said, we was tired. We was in the clubhouse laying down. He was like, who pitching, big dog? Who pitching? I said, Aaron Seeley. He said, oh man, oh shit. Now I'm gonna have to work my walks today. I'm gonna have to work my walks today. And somehow this dude walks and gets on base. Once he set his mind to doing something, man, he does it. He comes to the dugout to me one day. He said, ain't nobody, he's swinging at sliders in the dirt. He was like, he's over there talking to that third party again. Ricky, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why are you swinging at them balls in the dirt? Why are you swinging at them balls in the dirt? So, the young kids are looking at him and like, who is he talking to? And he comes down, he said, big dog, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I said, Rico, you pulling off the ball. Keep that shoulder in. Remember how you used to click that shoulder? Keep that shoulder in. He got a base hit. He came back there. He was so mad at me. He said, you MF, why in the hell are you just now telling me this? But he was fun to play with, man. Fun. And he's still a funny guy, man. Fun. Always got a smile on his face.
I want to circle back to that 89 team. What made that team so special? Like, I'm outside of winning the World Series, was it just outside of like just on the field stuff? Like, you kind of told some stories about some bad things in the locker room. I feel like for a championship team's got to mesh well off the field as well.
You said the 89 team.
Yeah, your World Series team, yeah.
Oh, that's the 86 team.
The 86 team.
We jailed, man. We family. That's why I never understand the guys. We was in the trenches together, that team. We stuck together. We did everything together, man.
That was the Mets, too. The 86 Mets, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The 89 Giants, you guys went and lost to the A's, right? In
the A's, yeah. But with that Mets team, we did everything. We jailed. We had another team on the bench. So, the guys in these days off, they wouldn't lose nothing putting different guys on the field. Howard Johnson, Tuffle, Kevin Elster, Mookie, George Foster. We platooned. If the guys needed a day off, we was there. I learned so much from that team as a young kid. I learned. I was getting knowledge. Even at our old age now, we still learn from players.
Amen to that, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was just a fun team to play with, man. And that's why I tell guys all the time, I don't understand them right now because guys are writing books about each other and dogging each other in books. I just don't get it, man.
and follow the money. They got to have some sort of story and publicity. You know, that's what.
Come on, man.
I believe that's what that. That's then people want to peel back that fourth curtain and get the money from the books and things like that. That's all that is.
I tell people all money ain't good money.
Amen
you know what I'm
to
saying?
that.
I'm not. I was brought up in the streets. We ain't gonna sit up here and dog our dudes we ran with. Not gonna do that, man. Gotta have loyalty, man. Loyalty is big in this game, man. You gotta have loyalty.
In life.
Personal. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right. Life. You gotta have loyalty, man. And a lot of people now ain't got that loyalty. You can watch the first 48, man, and they telling on each other.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
You know what I'm saying?
What happened to ride or die, you know?
That's it. Yeah.
Very few people left.
It ain't there no more, man. It ain't there no more. It ain't there. I'm telling you, man.
I got to ask you just a couple more questions. We'll get you out of here. Again, Kevin, I appreciate you joining me. Who was the one guy you absolutely faced hating, like you hated facing? You know, every when you was like, you knew he was coming either a starter or a reliever, you're like, shit, this mother, you know.
I hated 3 guys. I mean, I didn't hate him, but it's going to be a rough day. You better have some hits before. The guy that I didn't like to face as a reliever was Larry Anderson for the Astros. And another guy that I didn't like facing as a starter, and he knew it. I was 1 for 30 off him. Kevin Gross.
Man.
Me and Bagwell and Biggio was 1 for 30 something. I got that one hit as a rookie when he was with the Phillies. And another guy everybody don't like facing is Nolan Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
I think to face Nolan Ryan, I think you got to go out and get smashed drunk and come to the ballpark and still be hungover. You might get a hit then. You want to go to the plate as relaxed as possible as you can.
What made him so like? What I mean, what was about Nolan that made him so good?
He was intimidating, man. He's just no fear, bro.
Hey, ask Robin Ventura, right? He really.
You better go ask Robin Ventura, but he still probably got a couple of contusions on his head. You're right. Wrong move there. That man wrestled bulls.
Hey. Bad move.
Yeah, he's a Texan.
Yeah, he ain't scared of nobody.
No, man. I hit a home run off of Nolan one day and hit the black facing in the Astrodome and came back, and I was still standing at home plate. I was sick as a dog, man. I felt if I ran out the box, I was going to throw up on national TV. He wasn't looking at the home run. He was looking at me.
Oh, make sure you ain't pimp him out, huh?
He thought I was pimping him, but I wasn't, man. You know what? And I knew I was going to get hit. I told myself, I'm just going to have to take this one. I'm going to have to bite the bullet on this one when I get it back up to the plate. Roger Crane came up to me and said, Mitch, take it on in, going upstairs. Oh, man, thank you, God.
Next time Nolan saw you, he hit you? Because, you know, that's – no?
No, I actually told him. I said, you know, Mr. Ryan, I said, sir, I don't show pictures up because I was always taught by Willie Mays. Get around them bases because they're going to forget about that at bat and throw you in the same pitch again.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, man. I was sick as a dog. I was sick. I had probably 103 temperature, 104 temperature.
So, yeah, I mean, you were sick as a dog and took one off one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
Well, I was just fortunate, man. He just hung me a pitch right there. And, you know, I just told Will and them on the bench, I said, I'm a crowd this plate. He either gonna hit me or I'm taking him deep. I'm gonna have my nut sacks over home plate.
It works.
I'm not feeling it. He's got me more times though, you know. But
and that's one you don't forget.
No, he's a legend, bro. You know, you can't forget the people that you hit home runs off, the legends.
Yeah,
you know.
And is there one guy where you're like, you just knew it was going to be gravy train? One guy that you absolutely just love to face?
I like facing Fernando. I think I had 6 career home runs off him. I like Fernando. I like hitting off. Who was it? Sid Fernandez. Who else was it? There's a few guys, but just love hitting. That was the main thing. Come to the ballpark and be ready to hit. When
like you said, take that power out on that little white ball.
That's it. When you got Will Clark, man, he comes to the ballpark with a lot of energy, bro. You can come in there dead as a doorknob. He gonna wake you up. He gonna ring the bell. Telling you.
I always like to ask all former athletes this, because to me, you guys are all kind of like this. You guys are all elite, but then we know by watching, from a perspective person, like there's there's elite, and then there's really elite, like the one of one. Who you mentioned, Ricky. We mentioned Nolan Ryan. Who was the one guy when you first watched, was like, oh, that guy is real special. Like he might be one of one.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, gotta be, right?
No question.
Yeah. Kids these days don't understand how Bo, like, he was the original 2-sport, 3-sport, 5-sport. Anything he wanted to do was spectacular.
And guess what? And never won a championship.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. He made that baseball look so damn easy, man. Even when he was hurt.
It's a funny because he's like the biggest like what if in professional sports. Like if he doesn't get hurt in either football, what would he done in baseball, or even in football if he didn't get hurt?
Yes, incredible. He was one of those guys you called the gods.
Exactly.
Samson. Samson, Hercules. He made it look so easy, man. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And another guy I played with was Griffey. He used to tell me in the outfield, he said, Kevin, how come the game's so easy to me? I said, wait till you hit 30, boy. I tell people to this day, I said, let me tell you something. If Griffey wouldn't have never got hurt or hurt his wrist or anything like that, he probably would have hit 1,000 home runs.
I tell people that all the time. If he doesn't get hurt, he's the all-time home run leader. To me, the sweetest swing I ever seen in baseball. And I don't know, you've been around a lot longer than I have, but I that's my vote.
Yeah, he would have hit 1,000 home runs. All these guys hitting 600 home runs, 600 home runs, 700. He would have hit 1,000. 1,000. And that's without having something behind his name, cheating.
And what's your I got two more questions for you. What's your thoughts on today's game? The obviously this past year, a lot of rule changes. And what's your thoughts on just today's game, and how much are you involved in today's game at all?
I watch baseball every day. Every day. I watch all the games on one channel. I got a pack.
Uh-oh.
I watch all the games.
So you still love all the games? Still love it? You're okay with everything this game's going on today?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I just saw something the other day. Who was playing? Somebody struck out, didn't even swing the bat. Oh, Turner.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner for Boston.
Yeah.
Not Trey Turner.
Oh, okay. Turner from Boston, I got you. I was thinking
the third baseman should be with the Dodgers.
Yeah. Redhead beard guy.
They call him the Rooster.
Yeah.
Justin Turner.
Justin Turner, yeah, that's it.
I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, what are they doing? They called him out. Strike 3. And he was standing in the box, but he took too much time in the pitcher's thing.
The pitch clock thing, yeah.
Now, just think if that was 9th inning, winning run on third. or the tying run, game over.
In a playoff game. Like, what if it was a playoff game or something?
Yeah, man. I was like, God, man, you got to hurry up and get your butt in that box. Swing the bat. But you know what? I think it kind of helped, though, because a lot of guys, man, just take all day to get in the box, man.
Oh, yeah.
They got to fix their clothes, straighten their tie.
Do this.
Wash their face, make sure their eyebrows is right, make sure their goatee's looking good, So, man, get in the box and hit, man. It kind of speeded up the games. They're quicker, though. I like that, That's why I was used to like when I played with Cincinnati and Tom Browning was pitching, or Rick Russell. The game's over quick.
Hey, get home and got shit to do.
And I'd go home and see your kids or something, man. Spend some time.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you don't see your family. Most of the time, you're at the ballpark 24/7. People don't understand that. You're there 24/7. People just think ball players just go out and just, go to the ballpark, swing the bat, run around the bases, do all that, go home. No, it's a lot to do with this game. You got to be mentally strong to play this game.
What do you have a team that you follow, or you just like the teams you played for, Mets, Giants, or?
Man, I'm a Giant man forever. I do. I think the Giants is first class, especially with their older players. They do a lot for them. They help. Every time they call me all the time to come do stuff. They're first class, man. I got a lot of love for the San Francisco Giants.
Do you got a favorite player in today's game that you really like?
I like Trout.
Yeah.
I like Trout. He's solid. He's a bull. He's a bulldog. I like him.
That organization needs to do him a favor and help him out. That's what they need to,
Yeah.
I like to see him get some success.
Two players is not going to help him win the game, him and Ohtani.
No.
They need some players in there, man. They need some guys in there that want to win, man, and want to play with these guys. Because these guys, them two dudes is motivators. They're going to make you play. Ohtani and Trout. I want to see Trout need one too, man. He's been around the game a long time too. He need a championship, playoffs, or whatever. He needs to be in there.
Yeah, he needs to be on the game's biggest, when the lights are the brightest.
Yeah.
That's what he needs. Let me you mentioned it too about today's game and players. Talk to me through the process when you're getting ready to step in to that batter's box. What's going through your mind?
I tell people, like the way I used to tell Dusty. I tell Dusty all the time, Dusty Baker. I said, Dust, Papa always used to ask me, Mitch, what are you thinking before you go up there? I said, Papa, I've already hit. I already know what I did. I tell him, I already know what I did. I've already hit a ball hard.
So that you're already going up there thinking I'm going to hit this ball hard.
Man, you got to think positive. As soon as you put a negative thought in your head, you're done. You're done. I couldn't wait to get to the plate. I already had a helmet on ready to go.
Were you thinking about just, hey, were you waiting on a pitch? Were you thinking about, hey, were you expecting pitches, or were you just, hey, they're going to throw it, I'm going to see it, and I'm going to react to it?
I work with kids now. I tell my kids right now, it don't have to be a strike for you to get a base hit. If you like it, hit it. You understand? But hit it hard. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And what do you got going on? I know you say you're playing a lot of golf, doing a lot of foundation and things like that. What else you got going on in today's world now that you're retired?
Just working with the kids. That's it. I volunteer my time. I'm working with a kid now named Matt. He's number two in the nation. He's 15 years old. Shortstop. 6'3".
How old is he?
15.
At 6'3", gosh dang.
Yeah. Named
Monster.
Monster. He can play too. Pickett. Pretty boy too. Another Derek Jeter.
Yeah, nice.
So, but he can play a little bit. That's what I do. I volunteer my time. I work with the kids on the hitting. I was the hitting coach down in Tijuana with the Potros in Mexicali for 7 years. So I had Johnny Gomes for a long time down there, Derek White.
Uh-oh.
You there? I got you.
Yeah, we got you. Well, hey, we'll let you. I appreciate you joining us, Mr. Mitchell. Thank you again. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I owe you a big one. Dan Harris, who booked this up for us. I appreciate it as well. Hey, we'll let you get out of here. Hey,
man, it's all cool in the game, man. Hey, I was just sad that we couldn't. We got our little times mixed up, but it's all good though. We got something done.
Hey, we did it. We did it, man. Hey, kick some ass on the golf course tomorrow and raise some money. And I appreciate you joining us again. And we'll see you around the way, man. Best of luck to you.
All right, my brother. You take care of yourself, man. Be safe out there.
Always, always. You kick some butt and raise some money tomorrow. Best of luck to you. Hope you guys kick butt and raise a lot of money.
Oh, we definitely will. Been doing it for the last 7 years, man. So it's all good, man.
If people want to donate to the cause, where can you tell them where they can donate at?
Well, they got to look up Project Touch on the computer somewhere out of Temecula. It's a fundraiser for the homeless. So,
all right, Project Touch, everybody, donate, go there. That's Mr. Mitchell's his foundation. He's going to kick some butt tomorrow on the golf course, raise some money, and we're going to get out of here, folks. It's been another great episode of the Bodkins Show. You guys know what to do. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, subscribe, share. I'm off for a week, folks. Me and the wife down to Florida for vacation together. So I will be back sometime after that. So we're off. No shows next week for me. Me and the wife having a little one-on-one time down in Florida. So we're looking forward to that. I'll catch you guys when I get back. For me, former MVP, Mr. Kevin Mitchell, World Series, and we said it, top 3. We named it top 3 greatest catch in all of baseball history. Join me tonight. Thank you, sir. We're going to get out of here on that. I'm going to hit that outro, folks. We'll see you when we see you.